Hi guys, I just wanted to make a quick video on a pretty interesting, controversial topic. How many kids can you afford, or how much do kids really cost? So, um, I was inspired to make this video because Carla the Bubblelush, who is here on YouTube, check her out if you aren't subscribed to her, on Facebook, she posted an interesting, yes, a very interesting article about a young family that had called into Susie Orman, the finance professional, to assess their financial situation. Basically, they're a young couple with one kid, and they wanted to have a second baby, and they just wanted Susie's opinion on if they could afford that or not. And basically, she told them, there's no way that you can afford another kid. Kids cost like $700 a month, and she was naming these different expenses associated with having babies. So anyway, I thought it was pretty interesting, and Carla commented, saying, I know babies don't cost $700 a month where I come from, and I would have to agree with Carla. Um, my husband and I are young, we're in the young marrieds group in our congregation, and it's always interesting. It always comes up, so how many kids do you want, or when are you having the next one, or how many, how much space do you want between your kids, and it always usually goes back to, well, however many I can afford, or we're waiting because we can't afford another one right now, yada yada yada. And I just think it's really interesting because from my experience, I'm a stay-at-home mom, and my husband has a decent job. He's working on building his career, and we're able to support our family on about $50,000 a year annually, and really accomplish a lot of things. We are debt-free, and we're saving for our first house, and in our experience, kids, I guess kids can be expensive, but that's your choice. They don't have to be expensive. I'm a stay-at-home mom, so we don't pay for daycare. She doesn't really get sick because she's not exposed to a lot of germs. We're mostly home. Her birth, we had a natural birth, so it cost us about $1,600 out of pocket for the midwife, because we had a $1,000 deductible, and I didn't have to pay bills for hospital stays or for the anesthesiologist to do the administer the drugs because I didn't have any. So we saved money there. We saved money on our health benefits by switching to a health savings plan, which is basically a high deductible insurance plan, and you set up a health savings account with your bank, and basically all the money that you deposit in your health savings account is a tax deduction at the end of the year. They don't count that towards your taxable income. So we save money there, and we're just really responsible and do a lot of preventative measures for staying healthy. Basically, babies don't need a lot. I registered for very practical gifts and baby items that were gender neutral for my baby showers, and that's what I got, so I can use them again with the next baby, and they're all things that we needed and actually use. She's breastfed exclusively. She'll be 5 months, and we plan on breastfeeding exclusively for 6 to 9 months. And then after that, I'll be making my own baby food, which is definitely a whole lot cheaper and healthier than formula and store-bought foods. I bought basically her entire wardrobe for the first year, all at consignment events, and I would say I spent about $100 to $150 on name brand clothes, Carter's, Oshkosh, things like that, and a fully stocked wardrobe. So if we ever have another girl, I won't need to buy anything for as far as clothes go. We are cloth diapering, and I have waited to buy the cloth diapers until I found some really good sales, like the Black Friday sales and Cyber Monday sales and second sales. So in all, I've got a really good stash of quality diapers, Fuzzy Buns and Bum Genius, and I've spent about $300, and I'm taking care of them to use them for the next baby. And again, I got gender neutral colors. I didn't go crazy and buy like pink and flowers because I, plan on having more. So we've saved thousands of dollars through cloth diapering. We have taken a minimalist approach for our toy collection. Basically, we want everything we do in our household to be intentional and, for a purpose, including, our playthings and our toys. We want them to have some educational value to them. So, that's what we've done with our toys. And really, babies under a year old don't need toys. They need to play. They need, stimulation. They need you to talk to them and love on them. I just carry her around with me while I'm doing things around the house, and she's just fascinated. She loves to look. She's so curious. So that's kind of where we stand with toys. We don't want to buy into materialism and commercialism and all these things that are advertised for kids. They need to go outside and play. That's what they need to do. So we plan on homeschooling, which there's expense associated with that, but I don't have to worry about school lunches and after school stuff and proms and school clothes and school supplies and all that. We're going to keep it simple and utilize the resources that we have available to us, which are a lot. There's a lot of free or inexpensive resources for homeschoolers. A lot of places like museums and different attractions actually have like homeschooling discounts or homeschooling days where you can get discounted admission into different places for field trips. I know some of our museums here in my area have trunks that you can actually rent or borrow from the museum, and they're supplied for like a whole classroom. But if you do like a homeschool co-op, you can use the trunk with all of the books and supplies and lesson plans and everything, and it's free. Yeah, we do want our kids. Oh, and another thing with homeschooling is that the curriculum that we will most likely use is used, like the core curriculum is used throughout all of elementary school. So basically, if we buy that one book that we need, that will be like her program for her elementary, and all of the other kids that we may have would use the same curriculum. So it's not like we're buying a whole bunch of stuff every year. We're basically doing a set program, and so we save money that way. What else? Oh yeah, we do want our kids to have some sort of music lessons. So my plan for that is, because unfortunately I don't know how to play an instrument, otherwise I would teach them, but my plan is to trade some skill I have for someone else to teach my kids how to play an instrument. For our daughters, we're setting aside a small amount of money for their wedding, because we plan on doing most like a do-it-yourself type of wedding to save money. Really, we don't believe weddings should be a main focus. It should be preparing for the marriage. So, weddings aren't really a big deal to us. We plan on setting aside a small amount of money for college. Basically, in homeschooling, during your high school years, you can earn college credit by clipping out of college level courses, or by taking dual credit courses at community college. So basically, while you're in high school, you can earn your enough credits to cover your first and maybe even second year of college. And so after that, we plan on doing accelerated distance learning for our kids, and so that covers their college tuition, which will be minimal compared to what others spend. So, as far as family outings, and there's so many things, like, kids eat free on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, so those should be the days that you go out if you want to go out. Camping is free, cheap. There's so many things that you can do with kids to create memories and bonds and have a lot of fun that don't require a lot of money. So, if you are wanting more kids, or thinking you can't afford any, consider the things that I've said, because kids don't really cost that much. It's, we are marketed to and made to believe, that kids have to have this and have to have that, and really all they need is, the first year, breast milk and some love. They don't need a whole lot. I don't want to, like, oversimplify things, but really it's not, that's the way it is. They don't know that they want, they don't know that they are missing out on any toys or whatever, they're babies. So hi. She just wants to play with me, not toys. So anyway, that's just my thoughts on, how many kids can you afford, or how much does it cost to have kids. They are more expensive than not having kids, obviously, but they don't need to you don't need to not have kids because you think they're so expensive or you can't afford them, because it's amazing what you can live without. And I'd rather have her than anything else. So, well, anyway, I'll be quiet now, but I just thought that was interesting, and I haven't seen a video like this before, so I hope you guys enjoy. I hope it sparks maybe a discussion, or provokes you to think a little bit about your financial situation and how many kids that you can afford. Alright, bye.